Right, back at Cusses again. Might as well get a residency here. I think I'm up here so often. Testing the KTM 23 SX-F range. KTM have pulled out all the stops for this. Not only have they brought out a brand new motorcycle pretty much from top to bottom, they've even decided to put on an air show for us staying here today. So between testing bikes, we've got the apparently that over there is the Korean equivalent of the red arrows. Not sure if they're quite as good as our pilots, so I'm a little bit nervous. Hope there's no tendencies like any kamikaze pilots in there. There's certainly one out on track today. So I've just been out ridden the 450, very nice. But yeah, we're going to do a little report on these. There they go, look. Fair play, that's quite definite. Anyway, enough of them and enough of me. Get back to testing, and we'll be doing a full review on the 2023 KTM SX-F range pretty shortly. I'm going to enjoy the air show. Catch up with you later. Quick word from our sponsors. Well, they're not ours, but they help me. They help me get through the day. You know, a lot of riding for an old man. A bit out of practice. Yeah, so been through the SXF range. Started off on, let's go down there, show you, on the 450. So obviously it's just a little overview. We're going to write a written report, or I am, and talk about it some more. This is the key thing really across all bikes, is what we've got going on here. So obviously we've got the different mapping. You got aggressive, I think was white, and then mellow was more green. That's what we were told. Then you've got the here you've got the traction control, and here you've got the quick shift. Two little buttons underneath. You can put them both on at the same time. It's really noticeable. So loads to mess around with. It's effectively a brand new bike all across the range. The frame's same geometry but beefed right up. But new styling. Seats super grippy, by the way. For a little while I was disappointed because I thought it was me losing weight that my trousers kept coming down, but I don't think it was. I think it was the real grippy seat, unfortunately. It's kind of open, like, you know, where I've been riding a little bit more, I might have lost a bit of weight, but who knows. So then I went out on the 250, which I think we got here. Now this is the 350, so let's quickly talk about that. So the 350 for me is pretty much the ideal bike. Not knocking the 450 by any stretch, but I think 450s, you know, you've got to be a pretty accomplished rider to want to race one of them all the time. The 350, it's funny actually, because they go up in 100 cc's, don't they? But like the difference between the 250 and the 350 is subtle enough to get you over the bumps and all that, and jumps a lot easier. So, you know, just basically a more usable, obviously 250, if you start to get tired, you can use the power of the engine, etc, etc. But the 450, although it then goes up in another 100 cc's, it's like it's gone up in 200 cc's. It's an absolute rocket. You know, so across the board really, KTM, you know, listen, we know the amount of championships they won, the bike out of the crate, all their models are ridiculously quick and strong. The motor's always been strong, which is probably why they sell so many. But now with these new little gimmicks and ideas, not gimmicks, because I suppose you can fine tune it easier to your requirements, a lot easier, you know, with the quick shift and the traction control. The quick shift is a unique thing. It was positive in many ways. We could just hold it flat out and change it. I did notice it going down the gears, and it took some getting used to. It's like it was the extra engine braking. It kind of caught you off guard a little bit. It kind of lags and slows down a little bit. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, it just takes some getting used to. So I think the quick shift is definitely going to be like horses for courses, you know. Some people will really like it depending on where you're at, some people won't, but at least it's an option, isn't it? You know, that's the big thing. So that was pretty good. And then the traction control is definitely noticeable, and the launch control off the start, but the traction control is also noticeable on the track. I got on the, I think it was the 350, no, it was the 250, sorry, and I didn't have it on and kind of got used to the track as it was. Then I put it on and the corner coming out before the rollers with it on. This time it just absolutely hooked up, and I nearly like flipped out because I got so much sort of grip, whereas before it was spinning up a little bit. So definitely noticeable, you know, all said and done. KTM are right there, aren't they? You know, they're there winning world championships, doing what they do. You know, and they're obviously doing everything they can to stay on top of the game. But there's this new sort of, the new bikes, the 250 is obviously strong. We all knew that, power-wise out of the crate. The ergonomics are pretty cool, no issues with there. The seat is definitely good, tacky and grippy, like I said. So that was kind of cool. Yeah, so it was good to try them, you know, in the different CCs and work your way through them like we did. So all in all, more improvements made, no doubt about it. So fair play to KTM for that. And so we evolve, don't we? Just all the time, bikes are getting more and more technical. I mean, for the first session there, although you're not pressing the buttons when you're actually riding, I felt like a Formula 1 driver for the first session, thinking, right, what am I trying now? What button have I got available to me now? So that took a bit getting used to, but I think once you find your optimum setting, it's pretty darn good. So that's good. Tired me out, but that's not the bike, that's just an old man back riding and feeling it through my wrists and stuff like that. Too old for all these jumps these days. A lot of fun though. So I'm going to neck probably another one of these and get on back and start considering getting it all written up. So that was us, Dirt Hub, testing the new KTM's 2023 SXF range. See you later.